Wait. Oh, did you start already?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I did.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Help!
I blocked it. I'm Judge James.
I'm Judge Evie.
And this is Living for Crits. We are the most popular and longest running father-daughter tabletop role-playing game show. And why did you hit your foot?
I hit my foot.
Why'd you do this?
Scraped.
Why'd you do this? Why'd you do this?
Me too.
Anyway, welcome to the Wells Dungeon Tavern.
Welcome.
Special show tonight, because every night's a special show, but we haven't done yet. We need to do our picture still.
Oh.
You know, we need to get like
our
image. The drum stuff? You should hold the book up. Get the book. We got to do our cover picture, all right? And we're going to do this professionally. Hold the book up. What is that crap? I want a new snip. Here we go. Ready? All right, here we go. Look at that.
Great.
Great cover picture. We can save that. Anyway, yeah, this is Living for Crits.
Welcome.
And we're gonna do our thing here. We're just gonna hang out. Ridley just came downstairs, and it's gonna be a good night. All right. Big week this week in gaming for me, not for you.
Shush.
I had played Alternity on Wednesday night. That was cool.
Same.
You did not play Alternity Wednesday night.
I did.
And then I played Mutant Crawl Classics yesterday.
Same.
You did not.
I did.
You did not.
Yeah,
I played
did.
Seeking the Posthumans.
Yeah, it's my favorite.
And then this morning we started DCC, The One Who Watches From Below.
Yeah, I played that one too.
You did not play that game.
Yeah, I play all of these games.
That's good then. You don't have to play a game next weekend then.
What?
You're out.
What?
You're out of the game you've been asking about for weeks.
What?
You're out. You're out.
What does that mean?
That means you don't get to play the other game we're talking about
Why
tonight.
don't I get to?
Because you said you're already playing Mutant Crawl Classics and DCC. Why do you need another game?
Well, because more games is always better.
There's a new campaign starting next week with our friends Cody and Shannon. And we're going to be playing... Get the book.
What?
I'm finally allowing Evie to play Shadow of the Demon Lord.
Yay!
The incredibly grown-up and mature game of horrific horror.
Yeah, but look at that dude.
That's the Demon Lord. That guy's... That's like the world-eating jabroni.
Yeah.
So we're letting this happen. And tonight we are going to... We've done this once before when Evie, on our Holiday of the Demon Lord episode about 18 months ago, Evie made Schnorp the Goblin.
Schnorp.
So tonight we're going to do another random character. Not random, but sort of random-ish for Judge Evie. And you guys get to tag along for this character building.
Yep.
This is also some help for our friends Cody and Shannon if they build their characters. They have They have the PDF of the rules, and they may or may not have a core book coming their way. I don't know how that would have happened. It's a surprise, you know? The Demon Lord himself reached out and is sending them a core book. It's crazy. But before we go into Shadow of the Demon Lord, I think it's about time that we do some Judge Evie Presides.
Yeah!
So Judge Evie, this is where the time of the show where you can send your questions to dccjudgeevie@gmail.com. Or in the future, be Shadow the Demon Lord Evie, or Demon Lord Evie. I don't know.
What do they call people in that?
They just call him GM.
Or are you the Lord?
You're just the game master.
Or are you Demon Lord?
No, you're just the game master.
Oh, Gmail. No, not G-Snail. Okay. Gmail. Going in. That's my.
Thanks for everyone who's watching us right now. We've got a few viewers. So, what's up?
Ooh, we have a new rap too.
Ooh, new rap. All right.
Ah.
So first question is from who?
Wait. Oh, it's from Brian.
All right.
Yeah.
Question from Brian. Question from Brian.
Should I say this in cursive?
You can say it in cursive?
No, should I say it in cursive?
How do you say something in cursive? What is this cursive?
It's called cursive, like you speak in cursive.
No, don't do this. This is terrible. This is a terrible idea. Don't do this.
Hope you are both doing well. Questions for you to ponder. My son, grade 6, not 6 years old, grade 6.
Grade 6. That's the 6th grade.
Big difference.
6th grade.
Loves playing and would like to recruit some of his friends to join games. Ooh, there's a hair on my screen. Oh,
He
it's
said that?
inside of my phone case.
He said that?
Yeah.
Okay.
What advice would you give him on how to get new kids to try RPGs? D&D or DCC primarily? Question mark.
So he's grade 6. You
Yeah.
said he was 6 earlier.
Yeah, I read it wrong. He's grade 6, not 6 years old.
So he's 11, 12 years old, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are your suggestions?
Should I say what I did?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if I recommend this because it worked very well. But what I did is I was reading an adventure, right? Just taking an adventure to school. And anything you carry around that's not like a book, people can be really interested in, right? So
Maybe.
you just carry it around, you put on top of all your stuff, and you walk around, and someone's like, yo, what's that? And in my case, I'd be, oh, this thing? Oh, well, this is like an adventure.
What was it?
It was, I think, sailors.
Okay.
Yeah, my teachers were concerned at the covers of some of the stuff I brought in, but, it's fine. And I was like, and I explained to them, and I was like, oh, it's this game called DCC. And like, oh, that sounds cool. Where can I, how do I play that? And I was like, okay, so we run this cool club, okay?
That's when we had the
and
Norman
then I
game
would,
nights.
hook them up to the club. Yep. And then they sometimes would come. So, yeah, just, carry it around, but, Zoom. So, I mean, I don't know if that would work.
I mean, carrying it around if you're at school at home is hard.
Yeah.
Carry it around your house.
If you're at a home, you can just,
go on Zoom and hold the book up?
No, so here, pretend this is
If your child is in grade 6, do not bring Shadow of the Demon Lord to school.
You're in class, right? You're doing your work.
Not with Shadow of the Demon Lord.
You're doing your work.
Let's just be clear, this is not the book you take to school.
You're doing your work, okay?
There's a spell where you poop yourself to death in this book.
So sometimes people...
And there's a picture of it.
Sometimes people in Zoom school, have you, find something to get engaged or whatever.
It's called hateful defecation.
So you can be like, yo, this is my cool show and tell thing. I don't know if they do show and tell. They don't do show and tell in 6th grade, but we did it in
I'll be the
class
teacher.
This year.
I'll be the teacher. Hey, no, I'm not showing the picture. Hey, Evie, why did you bring Shadow of the Demon Lord to school?
Oh, it's this really cool thing that I play. And, yeah, oh, I have another way you can do stuff. So if you do a project that's it's an about me project, you can just incorporate that you like to game and stuff into it, like how I did. Sitting in the
think that's a better option.
Yeah.
I think that's a better option.
Good. And remember, I go black.
Another way you could do it is just invite your friends over and tell them that you're going to try playing a game and run that game for them, but run a short session, or have a parent run the session. I would advise that the parents running the session might be a good idea to ask the kids' parents if they're cool with it. But don't give them too much information,
Run them through Shadow.
I mean, tell them information, but don't give them, don't say, hey, this is this really cool game, but guess what? Back in the 80s, people thought you worshiped the devil. That's not a good thing to say.
Go into detail.
Unless you do worship the devil, in which case, it's cool. I mean, you should be open about things like that, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know why I went down that road.
Yeah, me.
Next question.
Next question. Ew, what is on my case? Oh,
We have 16 people watching. We got rated from
What?
Goodman Games or something.
No, it would have said so.
Are you sure? You have 16 people watching us?
Oh,
right
hi,
now?
people.
Dang.
Wow.
We have to be professional. Hold on.
Oh, okay. What advice would you give kids?
Go, do it. Next question by Brian.
What advice would you give kids who are interested in learning to be a judge or DM? Advice.
Give them.
Kids.
What advice would you give? 6 viewers just dropped off as soon as you said that. Evie, what advice would you give kids looking to be a judge or DM?
Okay, should we act this out? Okay, so we're gonna go back to the old times. You're a 7th grader.
Oh no, I don't need a 7th grader. Come on.
You're a 7th
I don't want to
grader.
do this. We have no hats down here to do this. No, you do not try. But that's full of bennies and stuff. Don't.
What's his face? Put on your head.
I'll put him. No, just ask the question.
But we have to act it out.
I'll ask you, Judge Evie. What advice do you have for me to be a judge like you, or a GM or DM?
Wow, this is a great question. What? Oh yeah. Hi.
Quick. What's the advice?
So my advice to you, child, that is definitely here, is to, I had something I was gonna say.
Well, just say
I was
it.
thinking of it during practice today.
You don't mean to say it? We lost another viewer. Just because of this.
Stop it, no.
Fine, I'll give advice.
Fine.
I'll give
Fine.
advice. Just start running a game.
Just do it.
Just start running a game. Just get a book and read it and start running a game.
You don't even have to read all of it.
You don't have to read all of it. Just read some of it.
I didn't, and look where I am.
It's most important to get a bunch of people over your house to play something and do your best through the game. And find something you're interested in, which means if you're interested in Star Wars, get a Star Wars game. If you're interested in fantasy, go get DCC or D&D, okay? If, as I've said before, and while I know I'm breaking some rules with this, if your friends are playing D&D, you might as well learn D&D with them, you know? Because everyone else is playing it. And then when you're ready to cross the threshold into Dungeon Crawl Classics, welcome. To Dungeon Crawl Classics.
I'll welcome you. We have the spinning hand.
What
Look
spinning
on the
hand?
mouse. Oh, it went away.
Oh, cool. All right. Dr. Mogg says, sit them down and hand them a character sheet. Job done. That is fantastic advice. Actually, great advice. Just have them come to your house and give them the character sheet. And now you're a GM.
You have to go round of applause.
A round of applause. Remember this?
Yeah.
Greg says, don't panic. Know where your towel is. You know what that's from?
No.
Yeah, I think it's from a Hitchhiker book.
Oh.
Go ahead and read the next question.
We don't have anymore.
We have a rap, though.
We have a rap.
It's a rap this week.
Rap.
All right, here we go.
Rap. Rap it around.
This is another rap from Greg.
Rap.
Greg's rap situation.
This one's called The Arrows of Ultimate Doom, and I see words and I'm probably not going to be able to pronounce.
All right, here we go. Ready?
Uh-huh.
All right, ready?
Jump. They've been lost in the mists of the darkest abyss, in the vault of unspeakable truth. 20 quarrels are bound in a quiver when found, under guard by dire traps, claw and tooth. Knock an arrow and say the truth of your prey. Send the weapon off into the sky. It may take a decade of the passing parade. Be assured that your target will die. It won't matter how far the next town or next star. It will locate the victim someday. Like a bolt from the blue, the doom arrow flies true as it seeks to take one life away.
Was that a rap? That was... You sung that.
Yeah, I don't know what I did. This is more Disney villain song than rap. Let's see what you can do.
I think you're right.
How
But
is
we
this
sung it
quest
anyway.
Oh.
Is there a question?
Oh.
Oh, how is the quest to complete 42 modules? I did a video about this last week, actually. You can go back and look at it. Glad you asked. I did finish a module this weekend.
Yay.
And last weekend. And as of right now, and it's like 50 modules now too. I've added some. But as of right now, let's see here. It's 53 modules total, and I've completed 18 of them. So I got 35 left to go.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad. And I now have 4 active campaigns going.
Well, let's think. Okay, so
I have 2 DC. I have 1 DCC campaign going, 1 MCC campaign
I need
going.
my calculator.
What? I have the math done.
No.
I keep all the guys. Look, I keep all this in a spreadsheet. Green means it's completed. Orange means it's currently in process, or it's scheduled. You know, I mean, I color code all this crap, man. This is, Greg. I'm on top of this. And then I now have a list of why. What do you got?
Because if we're a third of the way through the year already, no, fourth.
Yeah, but I've been working on it since October.
Oh, never mind.
I'm roughly figuring right now that I have to finish through. I have 80 more sessions I have to get through. So I really have to be running 2 sessions a week of some kind of DCC game to get through all this. So it's going to be intense. This is going to be a rough year. Conventions are going to be great for knocking out the 0 levels and stuff like that. But there's there's 3 adventures that scare the crap out of me.
Which one?
Chain Coffin, I think, is going to be like a 10-session adventure. That's one mega adventure. And then the Greatest Thieves of Lankmar, I think it's an easy 6 sessions. I had the PDFs for it. That's going to be intense. And the last one that scares the snot out of me is Moon Slaves of the Cannibal Kingdom. It's a hex crawl. Where's that? Right here. I've tried kicking this adventure off a few times. I've never had much luck with it. Not because it's a bad adventure, just because we just never got into it. And I think with that one, my plan is to run that maybe with a different system, maybe with Fantasy Age, to try it out something else with another system, but a DCC adventure. So fortunately, there's enough cons coming up. I can run more adventures, but I'm a little nervous. Gotta say, a little bit. Let's go to our show. All right.
Yeah.
Tonight we are creating a Shadow the Demon Lord character for Judge Evie. For real.
That's me.
Here's your dice.
I was thinking my actual one.
Yeah, this is your actual character.
No, it's not. I'm not ready for that.
We're doing it tonight. Yeah, and people are gonna ask about it. Here's your 3d6. Here's your d20.
Do I have to have a name?
Yeah, you gotta pick up a name tonight too. And we're gonna again. It's not be good because Shannon and Cody said they might watch this, and they might follow along how you're making your character.
I don't know how to do this.
This is great. No, I'm gonna walk you through it. I'm gonna walk you through how to make character in Shadow the Demon Lord. So you can take the book. Here we go.
I don't want to be old.
So face forward. Face forward more. So here we go. This is gonna be fun.
I'm so scared.
And here, wait, hold the book. Wait, sit normal so you don't.
I am sitting.
Now, Judge Evie has. Don't care about the book.
I'm being careful.
Judge Evie has that while I have the PDF open, and we're gonna go through making a Shadow the Demon Lord character. And the first thing we need to do, Judge Evie, is we need to pick an ancestry. And that is going to be a human, a changeling.
Just pick one or it's like roll one?
You pick one. So Shadow the Demon Lord, as my good friend Mark Plord and co-host of Glover and Says, is like the bastard love child of Dungeon Crawl Classics and like Dragon Age. It's a dark fantasy RPG where there is some stuff that is random about your character, but you also have a lot of control what your character is going to do. But your character's backstory is random. So the first thing is a choice of yours. You get to pick an ancestry.
I'm a changeling.
So a changeling conceals their hideous form between identities stolen from other creatures so they can move more freely through the lands. They make exceptional magicians and rogues. So you get to change what you look like and copy people.
Yeah, it sounds so good for criminal stuff.
You want to be a changeling?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Queen Chrysalis in My Little Pony.
All right, so Judge Evie.
I feel like I should make this character. Okay, so I always play characters that are like just like me, but like I don't want to do that anymore.
All right, so.
And so I feel like all my characters like la di da di da. I'm
all right, so
sing a song.
So you're not gonna be a more tough character. You're saying.
I want to be like mean.
Sweet. All right, you are going to be a changeling.
Nice character again.
And the next thing we have to figure out here is we need to figure out bits and pieces of your changeling.
If I'm really old, does that mean whenever I switch forms with people, I look old?
Well, we're going to go into that in a second.
Okay.
I think I hear that there's some coffee coming downstairs, or tea, or something. Let's see, what's coming? Anything coming? Oh, we got tea.
Wait, I'll move
We got tea, or coffee. Or what is this?
It is tea.
Is it? What kind of tea is it?
Classic.
Classic.
Can you take this
Ooh.
upstairs?
Ooh, Judge Evie.
What?
You got some tea. Let's clink it.
Oh, I can't drink it yet.
Oh, good point. All right.
Yeah.
All right, so Judge Evie, as a changeling, fairies create changelings to conceal the absence of children they steal. They construct a changeling from natural materials and use magic to give it the appearance of the missing child. The magic often fades after a few weeks, but sometimes it lingers and lets the changeling grow up to become a real person. Often fades after a few weeks, but sometimes it lingers and lets the changeling grow up to become a real person. I'm sorry about that. That was weird. So, all right.
That's something.
You use your magical nature to adopt other forms. So your ability is you can use an action to alter your appearance to match that of a target living creature you can see. So you can look at someone and look like them. So you can sneak in and become somebody else. but you're impaired when you're holding iron, so you don't want to be holding any metal.
Dang.
And you are relatively, you're kind of weak, but stuff like that. All right, so we've got
Unless I change to the rock.
we're gonna play these characters. So you build a character in this game. You kind of layer them. So we start with the Ancestry, which is like a level 0 character kind of thing. Okay, and then we can layer on levels of different paths. The novice path would be warrior, rogue, priest, or magician. But we're gonna start with the changeling. So now we do some rolling. Okay. So
I still have to hold this book while I roll.
no, you can. I'll take a look. All right, so we gotta see how old your changeling is.
I don't want to be that old.
Roll 3d6.
Maybe I can just look young.
This is how old your changeling is.
Please don't be that old.
Here we go. Good luck, Judge Evie. What'd you get?
10.
You are a young adult, 15
Oh my God!
to 25.
That's
Your
a
biggest
miracle.
concern is that how old you were.
I
Go
didn't wanna be
figure.
old.
Now let's see what your apparent gender is. Roll 1d6.
Well, I don't look like anything.
No, you don't have to look like anything. Would you rather look... Well, this is what you look like when you're just neutral. Roll 1d6.
Oh, a 1?
1d6. 6. You appear to be female.
Wow, sick.
Now, we're rolling here just to show that this game does allow you to roll this stuff up, which is kind of fun, but any of this stuff can be chosen by the player. So if you don't want to roll it, which we're doing, I think it's more fun to roll it, but let's say you're someone who doesn't want to play a character of a specific gender. You don't have to. You can say, I don't want to adhere to that. My friend in our DCC campaign, our Shadow Demon campaign last year wanted to be a gender neutral character, and it didn't even play a part of the game. So we did that. We used the proper pronouns, used they them, and while that character could shift back and forth whenever they were copying someone in their neutral state, it was a gender neutral character. But in this case, this character appears to be female. How about apparent ancestry? Roll 3d6. This is what you look like, again, in your apparent fate. Or, look. What's it say?
I got a 5 and a 2 and a 2. Or do I add them up?
Add them up.
Okay, 1, 5, 6, 7. Okay, got 9.
All right, you appear to be a human. Go to the human ancestry entry to look up we have to go over there to pull up your apparent age, build, and appearance. Okay, so we'll go over to human, and this is your apparent age. This is a little bit different than your actual age. So this is when you're so you are a young adult, but you appear to be. All right, so roll 3d6, Judge Evie. What'd you roll? What'd you roll? 14.
No.
Yeah, 6 plus
6
5.
plus 5 is 11.
Plus 4.
Oh.
Plus 3.
Yeah.
You appear to be middle-aged.
No!
So, what's... Wait a second.
I don't want to be old.
Wait, middle-aged is 36 to 55. That's not old.
I don't want to look old.
Are you saying 36... Do you want to appear to be a young adult? Okay. Judge Evie would prefer to appear to be a young adult, so we're going to let her have that. All right, Judge Evie. What is your build? Roll 3d6.
Uh-oh.
This is your parent build.
10.
Your apparent build is you are average. Yay.
Wow, let me go.
Now, when you are in your natural state, you look like a bunch of sticks.
I do.
I don't have a dice can. Yeah, you're like wood, mud, and sticks and stone. Yeah, that's like a puppet in your natural state.
Wow.
All right, and let's look at your human appearance. Roll 3d6 for your human appearance.
Here's dice cam. They're in my hand.
Yeah, that's as good as we got. We're not good at this stuff. All right, human appearance. What do you got? It's like a 9.
Yep.
That's dull. Roll it again. Roll it again. Roll it again.
Okay.
I'm making you roll it again. I'm giving you, now that you rolled the other one. Oh, 6. Most consider you homely, not quite ugly, but a bit worse than plain.
Yeah.
You look like, I don't know, I guess that's Mandy Patinkin.
How dare you sit on Mandy Patinkin?
All right. So now we go back over to the changeling, and we're gonna do your background. Roll 1d20 for your changeling background.
Rolling.
Well, roll it.
I'm rolling. 17.
Your changeling background. You, the elf who made you recently found you and befriended you. You can call in one favor from that elf by speaking into a shell he gave you. The extent of the favor's power is subject to the GM's discretion. That's actually a really good one.
Yay!
So you have this favor you can call in for an elf. Since we're playing a game that sort of starts out as an investigative game, that could be really useful.
That's true.
All right, that's a good one. And then we need your quirk. You're going to have some weird quirk. Roll 1d20.
15.
You can never keep your clothes clean.
What?
Yeah, that sounds terrible. That's your quirk.
That's so boring.
I don't know. It's a quirk. You just don't. You have dirty clothes. I don't know. Now your personality. Roll 3d6.
If I swear if I'm nice, I'm gonna lose.
8.
Yeah.
You take on other forms for profit, usually to gain access to places normally forbidden to you.
What does it even mean?
That means that like you tend to look like other people in order to make money.
That's so
Because you're kind of a scumbag. You're
That's
shady.
so shady.
Yeah, you're shady scumbag. Wow, what a good character. This is going to be the opposite of a good character.
Well,
I wonder why you're
I wonder.
yeah, I know. I wonder why you're investigator. All right. So now we have to move on, and we're going to move into this character. Now we have the character's ancestry completed. If you want to hear her make another character, if you go to the holiday with the demon lord, she made a goblin, but she didn't play that one. Now we're going to move on, and we're going to choose this character's professions and whatnot. All right. So, for professions in this game, a character gets 2 professions. Okay. Or you can try out a profession to learn a language. All right. So, do you want us to take 2 professions?
Yeah, sure.
It's the closest to skills you have. All right. So, for professions.
Criminal profession.
I know. Roll a d20 twice.
Okay, 17.
I think I did that wrong.
13.
I think I did that wrong.
Oh.
Let's see. Altering professions. Did you pick it? Oh, 17. You have to pick which ones you wanna go on. So, did you want to go on? Oh, you roll a d6 twice. I'm sorry. Roll a d6 twice.
5.
That's religious.
Oh, no.
One more.
4.
And martial.
I want to be a criminal.
All right. Swap one of them for criminal.
Martial.
Martial is like warrior type. Religious is religious.
They both kind of suck.
All right. Well, pick criminal and something else.
At
this point.
Well, what would I worship?
Well, I mean, you don't have to worry about that. So your first one's is criminal. You want to take 2 criminal professions?
I can do that?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
All right. Roll a d20 twice.
I'm a shady person, so I mean, it makes sense. I did.
Your first criminal profession.
17 and 13.
All right. That is a pickpocket and a saboteur.
What does that mean?
Well, that
What's
means
a saboteur?
that means you break things. You break things.
Like a sabotage thing.
Yeah. You are a turd. You're just a terrible person.
Yeah.
All right. So you're a pickpocket and a saboteur. And we're going to keep now starting equipment. So now you roll 3d6 to see how rich you are.
3d6.
You want to roll
4.
high.
I'm probably going to be
You really
4.
want to roll high.
Actually,
You got
pretty
average, which is getting by, which means your starting equipment that you have is a dagger, a staff, a club, or a sling with 20 stones, a basic clothing, a backpack, a week of rations, a water skin, a tinderbox, 2 torches, and a pouch.
I just get stuff from people because I steal their stuff.
Yeah, that sound. What do you want to have? The dagger, staff, club, or sling?
A dagger.
You want the dagger?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it iron?
Yeah, it's a good point.
Shoot.
Yeah, I wouldn't have that. You avoid see Greg's saying avoid iron, so I'd say the sling, club, or staff.
I'll take a staff.
Okay,
Like
see the
little
staff.
bonk bonk.
You knew who carried a staff was the acrobat in the D&D cartoon.
Oh my god, I remember that person.
So something I thought would be interesting with this game is, interesting things. I'm sorry, I forgot interesting things. You get to have one interesting thing, one interesting item. So roll a d6 and a d20.
I got a 4.
Table 4.
20.
20. You start with a bag of beans. What they do, we don't know. Do you like that idea of a bag of beans?
Yeah,
I want to roll it again.
I got my bag of beans.
Want to roll one more time with the beans?
Can I roll again? Have pick?
Yeah, roll a d6
Okay.
and a d20 again. This is kind of lame. You
6.
can get a can of beets, though. It can make this worse.
I got a 6.
Don't roll a 4.
I got 2.
A mummified halfling.
I like the beans better.
You want the beans?
Yeah, I can chuck
Okay.
them at people.
What would you do with a mummified halfling?
I probably
That would not be good. No, it's not a mummy. It's just a mummified halfling.
So it's a mummy.
You
halfway.
took a bag of beans over a mummified halfling.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know what the beans do, folks. They could be
They could be
magic beans.
Yeah.
All right, your personality traits.
Uh-oh.
So these can be random. So, I think we
If
need
I
a
get,
positive and a
generous,
negative. Roll 2d20.
Generous,
Roll 2d20. Let's
helpful.
pick your positive and negative traits.
11.
Your positive trait is you are generous.
That's very not.
What's your negative trait?
How does that even happen?
Well, let's see what your negative trait
I
is.
steal things from people.
You're
Five.
generous, but deceitful. That means you're nice to their face, but you're a complete asshole.
Okay, that's accurate. Yeah.
Okay. You're generous and deceitful. That's awful.
Yeah.
You're like, hey man, come over and hang out,
And
and
I
stuff.
stab
And then
them.
you stab them.
Yeah.
Or more likely, you pickpocket them and you break their car.
Yeah.
So, in a typical fashion at this point in a campaign, we would say that the character is done for an introductory adventure. But I thought we'd go one step ahead and just look at what a first level of a novice path would get you if you wanted to have a step up. So what do you think this character would be? A rogue, a magician, a warrior, or a priest?
Probably a rogue.
You think a rogue?
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, a typical game, a novice game, starting a starter adventure. I think the adventure we're going to do this weekend will be a starter adventure. You won't have a class. You'll just be essentially a changeling. But you'll want to be in the next game. You'll level up because in Shadow of the Demon Lord, you level after every adventure is completed. It's a pretty fast game. So we're going to go and just see what your novice path would look like. And let's see here. Let's look at rogue. Here's the rogue. So rogue would increase. You'd increase like your 2 of your attributes by 2. You get more health. You can add some languages, but you would roll on this thing to say how you taught your roguish thing. So roll a d6. This is how you're taught your rogue training.
6.
You've always had a gift for subterfuge and had your training just refined. Your training just refined your talents you had all along.
I've been
really,
so
you just
talented
take
at being an a-hole.
Pretty much.
Ah.
Really, the character is done at this point. Early on in the game, it says what her starting abilities are. You start with why is this? I'm locked up here.
It
Oh.
froze.
One of the reasons I wouldn't advise you playing this game with children that you don't know, which we've had this discussion, is the character sheets could be a little off-putting to
They're
people who
not.
who aren't us, as we are not a religious family, and openly not a religious family. A lot of this symbolatry and stuff and symbolism in these games, I'm not concerned about, But the character sheet in this game, and I think it's in the back here. The character sheet in this game is it's a pentagram. It's an upside down pentagram.
Yeah.
It's a very functional character sheet, though. You know, and you would use this to fill out the character sheet to all that stuff for your character. So my PC is my Chromebook's acting up, so I can't show it on the screen here, and it crashed.
It's not
Great.
a Chromebook. It's a Samsung.
It's a Chromebook. But there's your character, Evie. You are playing a generous. You'll be playing a changeling who can take on the appearance of someone else you look at.
Yep.
You know, who is a
nice
pickpocket and
person.
saboteur. You have to think about why this character will take part in an investigation.
Yeah.
We'll have to have that conversation with Cody, Shannon, and your mom.
Yeah.
I don't know what your mom's going to play.
She's probably gonna play someone that finds some sidekick. That seems to be her thing, like the zombie and her dog.
Yeah. She'll want a sidekick. Or she'll be a sidekick.
She can be my sidekick. She can work for me.
Well, with that character in the bag, I would strongly... This will be my second complete Shadow the Demon Lord campaign, and I ran a lot of one-shots at this last summer, and a phenomenal time with it. I would say, alongside DCC, this is one of my favorite fantasy RPGs out there. You know, this and Fantasy Age are both phenomenal games. If you're looking for something that is a bit different, if you're looking for something that allows you to customize like Dungeons & Dragons does, but you don't want to give your money to Wizards of the Coast, please look for this game. And I know that Rob Schwab will be putting out Shadow of the Weird Wizard as a Kickstarter, I think, this year at some point, which will be... It's essentially, it's a lot of the mechanics from this game, which is a D20 system, with some of the gore and horror out of it. It's more of a classic.
No defecation.
No
spell?
hateful defecation spell.
Darn it! Maybe it would be loveful defecation.
I don't think people want to poo like that.
Maybe that's
Let's
love.
let's move on now into the next part of the show, which is going to be Kickstarter shout-outs, everybody. All right, so for Kickstarters right now, at the moment, there is Crypt of the Devil Lich still by Goodman Games. It is both a DCC and 5e, adventure. So, you can, and that's, you pick which book you want when you back. You can get both if you want, but you can get it as a DCC adventure or as a 5th edition D&D adventure. And I'll put the link in the notes. It's already funded, and they've actually run out of stretch goals. They're coming up with new ones. They've blown past all the stretch goals they thought they were going to have. They're up to $63,000 on a $10,000 Kickstarter, so they're adding more right now. The other Kickstarter that's on the horizon here is Monty Cook Games' The Darkest House, which, if you haven't seen it, looks pretty darn awesome. Take a look at the information Monty Cook Games has released. It's an all-online experience. So while we're still in COVID or still in quarantine, or if you just want to keep playing with friends online, it's going to be a great experience for that. Dr. Moggs asked, "Am I get cursed in The One Who Watches from Below?" Yes! My good friend and co-host Mark Plord tried to steal a gem, and he got the curse, which meant his eyeballs fell out. And now he's a pair of eyeballs. And in The One Who Watches from Below, spoilers if you haven't played it, when that happens to you, you end up, the character who has the curse has to roll around as a pair of eyeballs and can only communicate to the party with a piece of paper that covers his face except for his eyes, and has to communicate with how he's looking. So they were trying to get him to say, look left for yes and right for no, and he was trying to eyeball back to them which one's which, because
but it's different over Zoom.
Exactly. So you couldn't figure it out, So it was hard. It was how they ended the session today, because they ended up going a different path into the module than I expected, and they went through the big pit and went through a secret door. And went like the back door into the module. It was a really good adventure, a really good time. It's by Joe Bittman. If you haven't played it, play it. I agree. Up and Down have been so much better, but that's not my party. Road Crew shoutouts. Got a couple here. Ethereal GaryCon's the end of this month, March 25th to 28th. And then Dungeon Con Online is May 28th to May 31st. And it is being co-sponsored by Goodman Games. I believe it's the DM's Dungeon Masters Guild. And then is partnering with One Bookshelf, so Drive Through RPG, to do a convention, online convention, very similar to how Goodman has done their online conventions, but it's going to be 5th edition D&D focused, and for the love of 5e. They say other games are welcome. I do not know what I'm going to do. I actually really would love to get some feedback and your thoughts on what we should do for that, because I don't play 5e. I have one single 5e.
No, no, don't click the link.
I'm not going to click that link.
Don't click it.
I'm not clicking it.
Don't click the link.
They say I want to become famous? No, I don't want to become famous. Duh. If I would, I wouldn't be game. If I would have been famous, dude, I wouldn't be twitching about. Is it called twitching? No.
I don't know.
I wouldn't be talking about role-playing games on a Twitch stream that's so low produced.
Yeah.
This is what you get.
Yeah.
You'd be professional.
What are they?
This is not professional. This is.
No, we are professional.
This is. No, we're not. Are we?
We're professionals.
Judge Evie, where can our viewers find us elsewhere on the interwebs?
They can find us at I Live for Crits on Twitter, Living for Crits on Instagram, and search Living for Crits on YouTube.
And with that, be safe, be healthy, be kind to one another. And my outro ASMR would be I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna say. Wanna become rich and famous? Go ahead. I don't know. This is easier when the microphone was here.
Yeah.
Gordon Cooper said peace.
I'll just say I don't want to be old.
Well, it's coming.
No.
Good night, everybody.